Hello, I'm Steve. This is the Patio Heat channel where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decision for your application. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here that we have the second floor residential balcony. Let's go right into the overall dimensions here. So basically I have 17 and a half, 17.9 by about 13 to 14, 13.10 I have here. And that's the outside edge to the outside edge. I do have the elevation here that I used. So I kind of matched up with the elevation, and we'll just turn that off right now. Turn off the dimensions. Oh, I should mention that we do have a ridge line here of about I guess that's not really called a ridge line, but a height of the bottom of the beam here at 6 foot, we'll call it 7 foot, and then 7 foot 8 and 7/8 to the ceiling. That gives us about a 9 and 3/4 inch edge here to utilize if we need to. That is going to be an important measurement here. So if you don't have that 9 and 3/4, let's say you have maybe just 6, then that'll be a big difference here. So just bear that in mind. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to talk about. We do have a flat ceiling, a couple of can lights in there, and there is a door. I think that door is a sliding door left and right. So let's just go with that, and I think that's it. So there's about 3 options I'm going to show you here, and one will be my preferred option, and the others will probably be second options. The other issue that I'm going to mention is that the listener here did mention that they have 20 to 30 amps available. Each heater that I'm going to mention for the most part is going to be a 4,000 watt unit. Each 4,000 watt unit is a 16.7 amp heater at 240 volts. That would be a total of 33.4 amps at 240 volts. So that would be the proper, my suggested heater to be installed here. You could use a 3,000 watt unit, and that would be a 12.5 amp at 240 volts each. So a total of 25 amps at 240 volts. So it's just something to keep in mind. I'm not going to recommend something that I wouldn't want to place in there, but you know, there's obviously sometimes limitations with regards to how much power you actually have in order to do what you're looking to do. And just hang on one second. All right, so just bear that in mind, and let's go ahead and continue on with what I would suggest here. So what I have here is I have 2 flush mount 4,000 watt units. These are W series 4,000 watt units, and I just have that because they are a less expensive unit. However, they visually they look the same as a C series model, so just bear that in mind. This is a flush mount kit, and within that flush mount kit, let me just pull this out here. You know, there's basically a framing that you'd have to do, and I would probably imagine that this is not going to be what this particular customer is going to do. I just want to show this as probably my preferred, just because of the fact that this structure is already built, and you'd have to cut into the ceiling, mount something like this, and you know, brace your structure here so that it's supportive of the ceiling and the rooftop. So I doubt that that would happen, but just to give you a quick, you know, this is my suggestion type of thing. And it does have a 1 hour firewall rated drywall interior in here, just to keep that in mind. So if you're considering that, this is probably what I would do in my application first if I could. These are again 4,000 watt units, so they do require that total of 33.4 amps. And let's see here what the footprint of heat would look like. Overall footprint of heat, you'll see here, we'll cover up this you know, space fairly well. I do have them, I believe, at 6 foot apart. Let me just double check that here. And 7 foot apart. So you can see that I'm missing a little bit of the inside edge here, so probably move them in 1.5 foot each, so a total of 1 foot, so 6 feet center to center would be probably preferred. And you're going to miss out the side edge here. You're going to miss probably about 1.5 feet here to 2 feet, and 1.5 feet to 2 feet here, but you capture the majority of the interior part of the application here. So let me go ahead and turn that one off there, and I think that's about it. So and then also, you know, depending on where your joists are and all that, that would also have a determining factor if you're still in the construction stage, where exactly you could put them. Typically these are designed so you could put them between rafters of 16-inch rafters, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next option. Let me hang on 1 second here, turn that off, and I'll put the other lid back on here. And the second option would be actually utilizing very similar units. These are the C series, 4,000 watt C series, basically mounted in the same position. Again, you might want to go with a 6 foot center to center as opposed to a 7 foot center to center. Now, these heaters are approximately 9 inches lower than the others I just showed you, so the intensity is going to be a little bit hotter. And when you put a 3,000 watt unit as opposed to a 4,000 watt unit, probably, you know, the intensity would probably be more accurate. I just like more heat, so if you're that type of person that likes more heat, then maybe a 4,000 watt would be more preferred to you. That would be true with me, and maybe not in this application because we do have that limitation of the amperage. So let's just go ahead and move. I'm going to move these, the 6 inches that we had mentioned before, just so we can see what that overlapping would look like. And you can see now we're at 6 foot center to center, and the overlapping here is much better than it was before, but we're still missing this outer edge here. Just bear that in mind. Now, if you were sitting here, you would physically feel the the ray. It just wouldn't be the ideal intensity that you're looking for. So you may have to move on occasions your chair in or out in order to feel that most intense part of the heat itself. So, all right, so these are the two CD 4024s or possibly 3024s, and let's go ahead and look at a final option, which would be like a perimeter style mounting. Now I'm choosing the slimline units on this mount. The reason behind that is that slimlines, when you put them on a vertical surface like this, and then you need just only 6 inches of clearance, as opposed to the C series, you need 12 inches of clearance. So that is why I'm choosing this. You can see that the footprint of heat is really, you know, well for this application. We're just missing a little bit more of this space here and this space over here, but into the center of this patio here, we're hitting it very well. We got nice overlapping, especially in the middle. And if you're sitting here or here, 3,000 watt unit would be great here. 4,000 watt would be better over here. Just because of the fact that your ray is traveling, the further the ray travels, the less intense that ray is, so you want to get some more intensity over here. So that's why I'm still suggesting a 4,000 watt unit on both left and right. If your availability is less than that 33.4 amps, then possibly the 25 amp total at 240 power would be two 3,000 watt units. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Again, please tap that like button if you like this video. We don't advertise, we don't monetize. YouTube does not support us in any way unless we receive a thumbs up, and that's the only way that we can get our word across to others that we're willing to help, and we thank you very much for that. Thank you. Have a great day.